EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Memphis Egyptians. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
On play action, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw.
Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, probably that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Again, it's Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. They'll get this off to Taylor. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. From midfield, here's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Carr going to throw.
Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
From the 27, Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. Carlson able to put this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr.
And the pass complete to Waller on the out route.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Play action. Now it's Carr. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack.
They'll set up to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he slings one that's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Garoppolo.
Able to find his man, Woods. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 50 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They run once more with Taylor.
Room here to run.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo over the middle. It's complete. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's Taylor again.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Egyptians have moved out in front. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10 to about the 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Carr. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Throwing now is Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. but what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Carr to throw again. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo now. And seeing nowhere to throw, chokes this one away from
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Carr to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Carr now to throw. And that's complete to Adams. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Carr going to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down. On third down, here's Taylor. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Carr now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Carr. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. On the draw is Taylor. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a game that's dependent on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
The 22 more yards there and another first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Kirk Cousins, a touchdown pass in the victory. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the New York Giants.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Boy, we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football. There's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. A third down gain of 19.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running left, Taylor. A nice little juke. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Carr will try it again on second down. Caught out right by Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. This is intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play action. Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Butker's kick here is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he gets it up past the 35.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38, Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. White, he'll try the left side. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Escape in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 41, Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. The offense on third down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Quick slant here to Woods.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw, it's Garoppolo.
Able to find his man, Woods. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, Expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Egyptians are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT.
Focus.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Carr going to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr now to throw.
And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that's complete to Adams.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and a yard. Carr got a man and he hits him in stride.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
To throw is Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Cornell Powell.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it 24-13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 167 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a give to Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. There's Garoppolo to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase from 4 yards out. And the Egyptians are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
And now here come the Raiders.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Carr now on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry to try again after the sack. Carr toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Carr.
He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Carr completes it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Now Carr again.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Keep him guessing offense!
Well, partner, that'll do it. Well, these Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the home team here, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.